as new evidence shows Boeing promoted its 737 MAX as being fundamentally similar to other 737 planes. This is despite the addition of a new safety stability system under investigation, so-called MCAS. You're going to hear us talk about MCAS quite a bit. Boeing told the airline customers the model was such a close match, it required little additional pilot training. Drew Griffin is senior investigative correspondent. He joins me now from Atlanta. Drew, if we start from an assumption that Boeing is not deliberately going out to sell unsafe planes or would not wish in any shape or form to have what happened, how then do we explain this reluctance or refusal, inability, whatever, to say about MCAS in the training?
Well, I think we have to learn from Boeing and eventually the FAA what they thought about MCAS and how different it was. The FAA says today that this runaway trim situation that MCAS may have triggered in these two crashes is not indifferent than other runaway trim situations, and the fix was kind of like the same. So did it require more additional training? The problem is, Richard, that pilots I talked to say that one of the big fixes that they have for this is just to grab the yoke. That does disable the MCAS or the pitching down of the system, but only temporarily. So if you didn't know the next step to actually go down on the panel and turn off the cutoff switches, you would be in a situation where you're constantly fighting your airplane, which wants to point nose down. You're grabbing the yoke, trying to get it back up, and it may have created this situation where pilots may not have been completely trained in this new system for just exactly how to handle a very, very quick-moving situation.
That's a very good explanation. The reality is, though, the clearest indication that, frankly, Boeing and the FAA is wrong in their estimation is the fact that it happened. Surely, Drew, I mean, 3 sets of pilots, 2 in deadly cases, 1 managed to recover, but because of a 3rd pilot, did not put 1 and 1 together and come up with 2 in terms of the runaway stab solution, did they?
That's right. So the solution, according to the FAA and Boeing, would have been simple. The question was, with this minimal amount of training. In one case, I talked to a pilot today, he had 56 minutes of an iPad training session, go from the 737-800 to the 737 MAX. Was that enough to handle a situation that nobody foresaw, where you have the plane battling the pilot in a very precarious situation, taking off at a high angle?
Do we know whether to add MCAS to the training would have appreciably lengthened it? If they'd put MCAS as I suppose it's an academical question because it wasn't done, but in the sense that Boeing was selling this plane as being virtually needing no retraining or cross-training. If they'd added MCAS in, do we know if it would have added an hour, a day, a week?
I mean, I can't tell you how much time it would take to learn the MCAS system. I can tell you this, to feel the MCAS system and the very problem that developed apparently on these 2 ill-fated planes, you would have to be in a 737 MAX simulator with the MCAS simulation on board. 2 airlines I've talked to, American Airlines, Southwest Airlines, still do not have a MAX simulator. No MAX simulator training time was required to do this kind of recertification. So that training is what the American Air Pilots Association are now calling for. We want to feel what that's like before we have to feel it and deal with it in the air.
Valid points. Drew, thank you. We look forward to your report in the next hour. So thank you, sir. Thanks.